Today we are going to talk about some more of the changes that Delta Airlines is making. It's not cruising, but we do fly an awful lot in order to be able to cruise, so I feel like this is really important to us. A few of the things slipped under my radar, but they've caught my eye, and I've had some help from someone who knows the whole industry inside and out, not just airlines, but travel and a lot of things to do with it. So I'm really excited to talk to you about this and make sure that everyone knows what's going on. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Friday. It is September 15th of 2023, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please subscribe? We need to have you with us, and we'd love seeing you here, especially every day. And if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, because that really helps us as well. I want to start off with a quick update on Hurricane Lee. It looks like Hurricane Lee is going to be moving a little more easterly than they had initially projected right now, and it's just past noon here in Mountain Standard Time today. They are projecting that Hurricane Lee will pass Boston 200 miles to the east of it, so they are still expecting some high tides and some wind to go with it, but not the devastating impact of that hurricane that they were expecting there along the eastern seaboard. So I'll keep you up to date from in person when I'm on the ship. Tomorrow I am boarding the Emerald Princess in New York City, and I'm excited to take you all with me, so I hope you can come. Now, and be aware that I am going to do live sailaways every day from where we're leaving. We're planning to do our regular live like we do on Monday night, so stay tuned for all of that. Now, yesterday Delta Airlines announced some really sweeping changes. A lot of them are going to go in effect on January 1st of 2024. And as we talked about yesterday, they impact our ability, everyone's ability to earn status with Delta. A lot of people want status for different things. I'm pretty simple with my status. I like an upgrade when I can have one, and I really appreciate getting on the airplane a little bit earlier than everyone so that I have somewhere close to me to put my carry-on in the overhead bin. I know, it's kind of basic. That's what I appreciate the most. However, so like I said, Delta has really changed how much money you are going to have to spend in order to earn status with them. It used to be that you would get points by spending money on your American Express card associated with Delta, and you would also earn miles. Depending on how many miles you flew, you would earn points that way. Now it's just going to be determined by how much you spend on your American Express credit card. So that is a really big difference, and I am looking at other travel credit cards. I would love it if you would all put in the comments the ones that you enjoy the most. I know people have been talking about the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, JetBlue. I'm going to apply for a JetBlue card today, and I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. But let me know what works really good for you and what perks you appreciate the most on your card. Now, you have to really look if you're looking for a travel card, because everybody uses their cards a little bit differently, and you have to make sure, especially if you're paying for a card, that it is worth it to you to pay that money for it, okay? Now, set all that aside. One of the things that I wanted to make you aware of, though, is a big chunk of the changes that Delta is making is limiting the access to their lounges at the airports. And some people really enjoy going to those lounges. I've been in the lounges many times, so it is really nice. It gives you a quieter place. It's usually quieter there to go relax between flights, or if you get to the airport really early, and there's free snacks there. Sometimes it's like eating a meal sometimes, in some of them, free drinks. It's a really nice place to wait. At the same time, I want to make you aware, though, that historically airlines have been the ones in the game for lounges and airports, but all of that is changing, and you have to wonder if maybe American Express knew this move was coming from Delta to limit people in their lounges, because let's see, what do they call it here? Because now American Express is doing their new Centurion lounges, and Capital One also, my understanding, is going to be coming on board with with lounge access. So I'm going to delve in and find out more about that for you. But I just wanted to tell all of you who really enjoy using an airport lounge that if you don't want to go through everything that Delta is going to make you have to do in order to have access to the lounge, whether you don't want to pay for it, or if you want to be able to go more than 6 times a year, or if your spending is not going to put you in the bracket that you have been in before with Delta status, that there are going to be other options. And I think that there's going to be a lot more of them sooner than we think. Another really important thing to do with the changes that Delta has made, and this should really impact all of us. One thing that Delta is doing is they want people to not only book their airplane tickets using the Delta portal, their app, everything to go with that. They want you to book all your travel that way. Delta has Delta Vacations, which are actually very nice vacations. That is something that I can book for people if they would like, but they are surely not the only vacation offer out there. There are lots of other vacation offers, but Delta has very nice Delta Vacations. Well, if you book your Delta Vacation and everything to do with it through their portal, then you get to have all of the points that you would earn on your card when you charge it with your American Express card. But if you go to your travel agent and you have them book that Delta Vacation for you, you only get 10% of the credit that you would get if you booked that travel directly with Delta. I hope that makes sense. That is huge. So not only is Delta trying to get rid of their loyal customers that they have had for a long time, they are also really trying hard to get rid of any travel agents in their business. They don't want anyone using a travel agent to book their travel with them. They aren't wanting to support the mom and pop businesses who, I'm going to say quite frankly, over many years before COVID, they supported it. They recommended fly Delta, go on those Delta vacations. Excellent package. Definitely go on that. So for years and years and years before COVID, they recommended that. Then when Delta's trying to get back after COVID, everybody, was trying to get on board. Yes, good product there. I can recommend that, definitely. And so now the people that have supported them all of these years, they are trying to get rid of, basically trying to put them out of business, because if travel agents don't book travel, then they're out of business. And I will be the very first one to say that I think that travel agents add a lot of value. Not only will they book your travel, but if you have a good travel agent, they'll be able to help you know what to expect when you arrive. They'll work out everything to make sure that you have the vacation that you are hoping for. They'll make sure that everything is lined up. If there is any trouble with your vacation, you can tell them and they'll do everything that they can to resolve that. You're going to have an awful lot of help, plus someone who enjoys travel as much as you do and will help you, like I said, make sure that your dreams come true on your vacation. And so I really do not like that Delta is trying to put these people out of business, because that's what they're doing, and I get it. They have to pay people commissions, but at the same time, these people recommend their travel product. So in the comments, tell me what you think. Now, one other thing that I want to bring up, because we're going to talk about it tomorrow, and I think we're going to talk about it a few more times, so I wanted to make you aware of that, and I am really hoping that if enough people speak up, maybe Delta will backpedal. I don't know that they will, because they don't seem really interested in what their loyal customers think, or even having loyal customers, quite frankly. But at the same time, someone left a comment that really caught my eye. He's like, good job telling Delta, giving them, telling them that you're not going to be so loyal to them anymore. Why are you not doing that with Princess and the changes that they made with their packages? And, basically dissed all of the people that had booked before December 14th and have to pay more to get what was in their pack, to get the same thing they would have had when they booked their cruise now. And so I've thought about that an awful lot. Very good point. And some things I want to think about. One thing I am going to say about Delta, because you know me, we live in Salt Lake. It's an excellent hub, and it's a really good hub for the places we want to go. There are lots of other airlines that fly in and out of Salt Lake City. I surely will be taking a look at them. But honestly, if I have to stop once or twice on my way to get somewhere that I'm going, I'll, depending on what my time is like and the difference in the cost of the plane ticket, I'll maybe take Delta so that I can get where I'm going. At the same time, I'm not going to automatically book with Delta like I have in the past. It has been very automatic because I knew I was earning miles. I knew I would be able to get to use my loyalty, hopefully get an upgrade, be able to get on a little bit earlier so I'd have somewhere to put my bag in the overhead bin. But I am absolutely looking around a lot. So I'm very real about the fact that I will end up flying on Delta again, but I will not choose them automatically like I have in the past. So tell me, all of you, what you are thinking and how it impacts you. It's really interesting to me, and I think we all do it to some extent. Whether a company makes a choice that we don't like, we think, you know what, am I going to buy that item anymore? Am I going to do that anymore? And you have to kind of work it out the best way that works for you, right? Some people, it would be better that they never fly on Delta again. My approach to me, if I said I was never going to fly on Delta again, I'd just be cutting off my nose to spite my face. Some destinations I'd be flying around the country before I get there. Or so you have to kind of think about what you're doing. But from now on, I am really likely to take a red eye between Salt Lake and JetBlue, because that's the only thing they offer, one direction between Boston and Salt Lake City. I'm very likely to pick that, and then try to work my travel so that I can use JetBlue more often. Absolutely. So there's an awful lot to think about, isn't there? And let me know in the comments, what are some things that have impacted you a lot, that have made you change your spending habits? And you can tell me too if I'm maybe a little bit too worried about this, but I really do feel like they are really changing the way it will be to travel with them. And that's probably why I think about this a lot. However, I probably should have said this first. As things go in life, this is not a big deal. We are also very blessed to be able to travel, to have the opportunity to go anywhere on an airplane, and I am really clear about that. So as far as life problems go, this is not near the top at all. And so I give you all my love, and I want you to know that I'm thinking of you, and I love hearing from you. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments. I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.